NBA 2K26 gameplay might actually bring back the demigods. I'm serious. Based on the gameplay detail 2K dropped and what the community's been saying since that drop, it's looking like taller demigod builds are gonna be insane again. This video was actually inspired by my live stream yesterday. We were breaking down the Courtside Report, and I said this might be the year tall builds are back. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why I think Demigod might be returning in 2K26 using the courtside info and using the context clues of the community. And we're going to talk about the risks and the benefits of bringing back tall dribbling builds. Make sure you watch the full video. Let's get to it. But first, let me show you the exact clip from my Twitch stream of me talking about the tall meta.
Okay, so when I said big builds are coming back, it was because I knew there's no way another 2K was gonna come out to with big builds or what they say tall builds weren't gonna be effective, okay? And once you take that bit of information, all right, and then go back and it says, and encourage more build diversity. What I wanna speak on is this, okay? This is where the part comes in where I want everybody to really sit down, turn off any surrounding distractions and just listen to me. The builder, okay? The builder is literally only 20% as far as dictating how and where, when, what type of build you're going to make, okay? It's going to have solely to do with gameplay. I've been talking about this for years, okay? And every single time I bring it up, you know, people just talk without thoroughly understanding the environment and how the community operates. Everybody's going to go to the meta, okay?
No. This is what I'm, listen, first of all, yes, gameplay matters. Gameplay matters. It does dictate it because, you know, honestly, you can also argue animations requirements dictates a lot of it also. I ain't gonna lie, animation requirements dictate, I say more than the game, almost more than the gameplay. About, maybe equally. Because if you can't dribble, you can't dribble. But if there's a SIG, let's say hypothetically, I said this in my video, let's say Cooper Flag SIG is 85 ball handle, right? And we find out Cooper Flag 85, no, let's say 80. Cooper Flag SIG is 80, right? And it's a cheese move that makes you, you know, run 100 miles an hour, right? Out of nowhere, speed boost. Okay? Well, you know what that means, right? All you need is an 80. So it depends what is the tallest you can be to get the 80. If a 6'9" can get that 80 through cap breakation or naturally or through cap breakers, this is like if somehow cap breakers go beyond our limits now. Like if our max is 85, but now it goes beyond it. Due to cap breakation, now I can get an 80. So now 6'9s with 80 become the meta. Okay? And especially if that's one of the better ones and it's competible with the small guards cheese move. If small guard cheese move next year is Darius Garland, and you need a 92, but the next best thing is Cooper Flags at 80, what does that mean? That means the 6'9 is gonna run the game through cap breakation. Even 6'7s and 6'8s too. But if you can get it at 6'9 and move just as fast and be just as good, you think they're gonna be build diversity? You think everybody gonna make 6'9? Y'all, I'm gonna let y'all answer this. If 6'9s move as well as 6'4s, will 6'9? Do you think you think anybody gonna make 6'4 guards, or everybody gonna make the 6'9? Yes, 6'4 and 6'3s may have their Darius Garland that's nice and zip around a little bit, but if I'm zipping at 6'9 with Cooper Flag SIG, I win. F that little guard. So this means we're gonna load into parks, and you're gonna see 6'9 variants all over the place. You're gonna see 6'9 variants all over the place. You're gonna look around 6'9, look around 6'9, player card 6'9. Oh, I think these are all 6'9s again. When you load into the game and go in the park, you're gonna see 3 levels of 6'9s at every park. Every court they got a street, you're gonna look at a player card, 3 6'9s. You're gonna be, oh my god. So what Brother Jones is trying to get at in his live stream, he's saying essentially there's a potential that when you allow tall builds to dominate as past 2K, when 2K stops for a particular reason, you do run the risk of a tall meta, which means there will be a dominant tall build that attributes just align a perfect way. Think about the 2K21 6'7". Think about this 2K23 6'9", where they will just flow better with those builds because there's a SIG that's workable and usable between them and the 6'6s. So not only can the 6'6 use it, but a 6'9 can use it. Therefore, eliminating the 6'6", 6'7s and making the 6'9 the meta height. And that's when you get a bunch of copycats all over the park. And, oh, I want the meta. I want the meta. And then next thing you know, you have 6'9" variant lab experiments running all around. And that could be an issue. Now, Brother Jones also, hold on before you get angry and do your think pieces in the comments. Brother Jones also explains how to stop this and how to make sure the game is cool if you do have this. See, look, you gotta watch the full video. That's why you gotta watch. Yeah, for what? Now, the way to stop this, okay, there's a way to stop this. Even if 6'9" have Cooper flag and they can speed boost, if you make the guards significantly faster than the 6'9s, it's still a point. If they zipping around left and right, zoom, 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 like 20 in the older 2K where you can't really keep up with them, then they hard to stop. Okay, there you go. Now there's a point to making small guards because it's more meta-y with the big inside pick and roll. But 6'9s can also thrive also in the same realm because they can be the ISOs. But if you're giving 6'9", 90 some speed, exactly. If you're giving 6'9", 90 speed and 87 speed with ball and they zipping around like almost as fast, 2K Lab come out with a report, well, the 6'9s are moving just as fast as the 6'3s. And we see that, oh, the hell I'm gonna make a 6'3 for? The rest of my build will be 6'9 and up. So that's the thing about build diversity, you know what I'm saying? They're making tall build. That's what they tried to stop. Because if you remember 2K23, they had them 6'9" demigods. OG, they couldn't be checked because they had limitless takeoff. Who remember that? Who remember limitless takeoff and straight on tomahawk? That's all you need. All you need is an 80 dunk. All you need 93 dunk for what? All I need is an 80 and do limitless takeoff dunks and straight on tomahawk and I win. That's all I need. I don't F a contact dunk. And because you didn't need contact dunks, what that do? Oh, you don't need 93 dunk? Oh, now your build gets more balance in other categories. Now you can throw 92 on the perimeter. Now you can throw 89 on the pass accuracy because you barely get them dunk. You get them 80 dunk. That's all you need. All the brother need is 80 dunk. You don't need all that other stuff. You stack the stuff and now he a demigod. That's you know what I'm saying. That's why they nerfed. That's why they got rid of limitless takeoff and all that stuff. Like they put straight on top on quick jumps off of one rep and two. They made it way higher after 23. They made the dunk requirement way higher because that's why I say animations matter also, because it was 80 for those good dunks, right? Straight on tomahawk and quick jumps off one. You had an 80 dunk, you cool. As Brother Jones elaborates, he's basically saying to stop the one demigod meta, you must make the other builds competitive also. So you need to make the guards, the small guards, competitive because in past 2K, sometimes the small guards were slow and didn't move very well, but the 6, 8s, and 9s did move very well, and they were faster than the little guards. And that has to be the balance of gameplay and animations that 2K has to accomplish. As long as they accomplish this, it's fine, y'all. I'm not saying don't make tall builds great. I want to be a tall build. Okay, I love being like tall 6'8". That's my preferred height. My preferred height is 6'8". But what I don't want is a game full of 6'8s. That's all I'm saying, y'all. All I'm saying before y'all, you get angry and upset. And I think most people will agree at the end of the day what I'm trying to say if you watch the full video. The point is we do not want everybody being 6'8 and having a 6'8 meta where the whole game is 6'8 because it's useless and pointless to be a guard. And basically you can be a 6'8 lock, you can be a 6'8 demigod, you can be a 6'8 sharp where it's that bad. So we don't want that, but we do want build diversity. So in order to do it, 2K must balance the gameplay appropriately. They must have the guard just as fast, or not just as fast, way faster than the 6'8", 6. They have to be so much faster where it's like, dang, yeah, the 6'9" can't even check the guards. They really can't check them like that. You gotta throw a lock on them with high perimeter, high speed. Other than that, you stand no chance. It needs to be like that. But you also can't check the 6'9s if you're a guard because you can't be able to guard each other. Basically what I'm saying. The guard should not be able to clamp the 6'9 because he's too big and mobile, okay? He's too big and mobile. And we're going to cover some more stuff. You thought I was done, didn't you? We're going to cover some stuff in the news, the little courtside that might be hinting that the big bills, are actually decent. So let's keep going, though. But overall, I do support build diversity. We just got to be careful to not make it to where it's one demigod meta. All right, so let's get into more. So they talked about layup timing, right? Layup time is always on. That's going to end up rim running beasts, okay? 2K confirmed layup time is permanently enabled to separate skilled finishers and those that make highly contested finish at the rim. Even more spectacular and impressive. This is huge for big builds. Because if you're a 6'9" slasher with 90 driving layup and Hall of Fame acrobat, you ain't just hoping for no animation. He can green it through contests. And if you got skill with the stick, you can finish through bigs, contests, and everything. And all them little guards ain't gonna be able to check you. That also mean them 7-foot Giannis builds or the LeBron forwards gonna dominate in ISO. Think about ISO. They can dribble, they're big, and they'll be able to finish very well with that layup timing thing. So you master your layup timing on a big demigod build, you're gonna go ahead and finish all that bull. All that bull. Next section, what we talking about? Improved physicality. That means advantage to bigger bodies. They said lock down the paint and stay in perfect position with improved player-to-player contact on the floor and in the air, and improved footwork and defensive counter for a truly competitive experience. This basically saying body outs, box outs, and physical contacts are getting a big upgrade. So what does this mean? If you're taller, have strength, longer wingspan, you will dominate the physical matchups, especially if you're not getting blown by every play like last year. If stick defense matters more and help you stay in position, this is a big W for tall lockdowns and big guards. The next thing I'm going to talk about, the builder balances for all heights. They say for themselves, the builder has been balanced to ensure that all heights and short and tall can be effective on the court, engaging more build diversity. This means you won't be punished in the way of 2K25. You'll see 6, 7, 8, and 9 like I've been talking about all video. And 2K wants us to experiment with those builds. They're encouraging it. If the gameplay rewards skill and tall players are viable, it's almost inevitable that tall builds gonna dominate the game. It's inevitable. They also say the My Player builder remains intuitive for beginners, but veteran players can dive deeper into creating their perfect build. Yes, people like me. We've been locked in for years. So those three right there already give me hints. You follow the Twitch. You see we lit on the Twitch. You gotta follow it. Pin link will be the Twitch. And you must click that video right there on the screen, because if you ain't here see the original video of me talking about the builder, you gotta see that one. Imagine not seeing that one. What? Well, why didn't you see that one yet? What's wrong with you?